I put my faith in you. They turn their backs on you. Man, I'm never going back. Man, I'm never going back. I put my faith in you. They turn their backs on you. Man, I'm never.
What's up? What's up? What's up? This is your girl, Rebel Ray.
And this is our Collins.
And together we are Against All Odds podcast. We are here today in live, in color,
We
in
are
the studio.
Yes.
Let's
yes,
go.
Yes.
Let
us go.
So, a lot of things have been happening.
A lot.
Sometimes good, sometimes bad, sometimes indifferent.
Yeah.
And a lot of times you got to learn how to navigate. Now, Rebel Ray talks about to make sure, man, when you wear the red lipstick, man, you don't know nothing about wearing lipstick, but
obviously
it will fall down your chin, especially you got a big old lip like mine. But we celebrate big lips around here and big noses. And nappy hair. Hello, somebody.
I don't know about nappy, but
you better celebrate our nappy hair.
I ain't
What
nappy.
you mean?
I
You
mean,
know what? Don't.
I celebrate African American hair without the nappy.
Well, I'm proud of my tangled hair. It ain't super nappy, but it's curls. It's my curls. Okay,
it's the curls.
So listen, Rebel had an interesting weekend. We uplifted last Saturday. Last Saturday we had African American Chamber of Commerce of San Juan Kings annual Woman of Color and Men of the Town Awards established to the honorees. We had 3 high school honorees get established and acknowledged by the chamber. And we had our adult honorees get acknowledged. And, Rebel, myself, when I clean up, I try to clean up very, very well. That's how I was reared. A lot of people don't get to see that side. I am if we're going to use labels, because I don't really care for labels.
You don't care for labels?
Nah, I just let me be me, right?
Okay.
Because sometimes I got different swag. And I'm all the same person, but you change it up, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I decided to go and support as a Black businesswoman. It's important for me to celebrate our community, celebrate diversity.
It is
right,
extremely important.
And so I was there representing the People's Empowerment Center, my other small businesses, Ray and J, Perfect Finesse, and also Against All Odds. And I told you all that we will be in the building in that way. So, got dressed up, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Stephanie Davis, Savage Barbie doll. Y'all look her up at Savage, which is SAAVAG, _Barbie doll. She's on Instagram. Beautiful, beautiful Black young lady. She owns the Elite makeup studio.
Awesome.
It's here in Stockton.
Love it.
She just launched that, right? And so again, I've been very intentional on how I am putting my dollars back into Black economy, right? Because we have the power of the dollar, and that I do have power over, right? Where I'm gonna spend it. And so, I get to Stephanie and I'm like, hey, Steph, I want some Egyptian makeup. I'm like, I want some Egyptian makeup. I want to look nice.
That Egyptian is dope though.
Yeah, and I want to symbolize Black empowerment and in the movement, right? Because I'm all about the movement and all about supporting a different narrative for Black people, right? In this country, we have been our lineage or has been taken away. What we have been what we contribute to society has been taken away.
Well, you real quick, and I totally understand and hear what you're saying. It makes a lot of sense, and it's reality. It's prevalent. It's what's going on.
Yeah.
And I think it's very necessary to get deep down to our roots. I took a test.
Yes.
Ancestry.com.
Okay.
Okay, and I found out.
Yes.
What I am.
Okay.
I'm half something in Africa.
Okay.
Nigerian.
I would have never. Igbo tribe. Igbo. I think it's Igbo. Igbo tribe. Yoruba. Igbo or Yoruba. Okay. Would you know what tribe you're from?
No, I don't. I want to find out though.
Okay. Some of the African countries, once you find your ancestry, they are actually supporting you to come back.
Really?
Yeah, and be a citizen.
Well, I'm ready to go.
Okay. Let's go get some land over there.
You feel me?
Let's go reclaim some land.
Me? Put a hotel.
Some hotel Airbnb.
Some rent.
True enough. And so we wanted to support that at the award ceremony. So Rebel stepped out, had the Egyptian makeup on. You know what I mean, and I put the royal blue, which was the color of the day of the evening, and I stepped out with my significant others.
Okay.
Now, this brings me to my next point.
Okay, well, we get into it.
As a celebratory gesture, I acknowledge that I went because I think certain things need to be acknowledged on Facebook, and Facebook is a platform for certain things. I don't post a lot of personal things on there unless it ties into the movement, belief systems that are innately uplifting or supportive.
Yeah.
I practice a lot of boundaries when it comes to putting on personal information or even just going on there venting about certain stuff or being in my emotions. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, not to take mental health lightly or to let me see how I could be trauma informed in saying this. Not to take mental health lightly because I'm a therapist, but some of the pages that I see are emotionally all over the place. They're as if someone is suffering with bipolar disorder. And I don't want to make fun of that diagnosis, but that's how it is. It's like you love your lover one day and then they threw you down the stairs the next and you want to put it all on Facebook. I'm not that person. However, I had to address an issue that came up.
Okay. So this is part of the title? Decepticons.
Oh yeah.
To do with that?
Oh yeah. Decepticons in this 21st century, and how do you navigate this digital age? How do you keep safety? And before I go into that, right? Because rebels sometimes all over the place. This is what I do.
Yeah.
I want to give a shout out to Kathy Dukes. Kathy Dukes and I go back over 20 years. Kathy was my after school teacher and advisor at Montezuma Elementary School.
Montezuma.
And she later on self-actualized. She later on, are we coming in okay? Are you seeing that? Are we coming in okay? Is the volume okay, everybody?
Yeah, we're coming in okay.
We coming in okay?
Bad connection.
Oh, it's saying that we have a bad connection. That might be a lag.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bear with us. So Kathy Dukes is actually one of the people that I look up to. Her kindness, but her ability to tell you like it is and set you in place because, Rebel got in trouble at times. Yeah.
That was because people was picking on me, I'm gonna be honest with you. But then when I asked other people if I was a bully, they like, yeah, you was a bully.
So I want to hear what this.
I am, but I want to give a shout out to her. I'm wearing her artistic gear. She turned her life into being an artist and a creator, and I want to uplift her right now as a Black artist here in Stockton, California. She is going to be one of the artists here at our grand opening her vision of Black art is similar to Picasso's. And so I have dubbed her the Black Picasso. Other people have called her that too. But I have dubbed her the Black Picasso. So I would like to just give her a shout out right now and actually turn around and show this personalized jean jacket that was made just for me. I love different stuff, y'all. She makes personalized art for the culture, for the movement. And it's seen through her eyes. It's seen through the eyes of Kathy. She's almost a life. I don't know if she's originally from Stockton, but she's been here for over 40 years. And she has given back so much to our community and to children in the community. And she's just a dope person. So I actually want to turn around and actually let you all see the jacket that now my sister in the movement, shout out to Jasmine Delaface. Jasmine Delaface has the sister to this jacket. But,
wow.
But, and a lot of y'all don't know who Jasmine Delaface is. Y'all need to do your homework. She is one of the nation's social justice leaders. And she is on the back of a building large as day. She somewhat looks between a Middle Eastern woman, a Samoan, but she is Samoan in origin.
Oh, okay.
She has her hair wrapped up, and one day we'll have her on to tell you about her story of her hair being wrapped up. It is very profound. And she has her hair wrapped up, and she believes in social justice. She believes in love of the people. And you can find her on the building with the Martin Luther King shirt.
Yeah.
She's the one with the Martin Luther King shirt. She's a large mural of her on the back of the building, right?
Yeah.
So she actually has this sister jacket, right? So I want to give a shout out.
That's
I want to give a shout out and make sure that we get this on here. So can you see it? Can y'all see it, y'all? Pretty good, Archons?
Yeah.
Yeah. So shout out to Kathy Dukes, the Black Picasso. And I rock everything I wear as a statement most of the time.
Yeah.
Right? So, I wanted to make a statement at the Women of Color Awards.
Well, so what statement did you make?
I wore a very beautiful gown that was a little bit different. It had a cape on it.
It was nice.
It had a little train. Some of y'all couldn't see the train. I worked on my stomach so I could fit in the dress. And I killed it. And I'm happy I went and I showed up in a very good way. Now, somebody tried to take my image. The next 2 days, I posted the pictures, right? Now, mind you, when you post pictures on the internet, you don't think, hey, somebody's gonna steal my stuff. You don't think, somebody's gonna try to steal my stuff to scam someone.
Yeah.
Well, a couple of my colleagues and friends inboxed me and they said, hey, we know you're funny and we know you're comical, but there's this person that does not look like you who is using your image. And I can't make this up, y'all. I can't, because I had to address it because I'm in the community, I'm doing the work, and I need to make sure that people are okay with me and that I'm a safe person.
Yeah.
In no way should I be selling any type of form of sex or myself.
Here it goes.
As a social worker, clinical social worker, therapist, social justice leader, that just doesn't make sense. But me personally, to me, that is not my standard of making money. And there's I'm not going to shame sex workers because certain individuals have been groomed to do so, to survive or use things for resources. Yeah. I'm gonna be very careful with my words, but that's not rebel, y'all. That's not rebel. And so this was put out there that someone stole my image. They were sending it around in people's inboxes.
That's horrible.
And they were saying that I would pay $5,000 a week to be someone's sugar mama. Listen, I don't got 20,000 to give nobody. Okay, that's $20,000, 5,000 times 4 a month to be giving somebody to be my personal companion. I'm going stop with the malarkey.
And I'm gonna just be real. I mean, like, for the life of me, I don't understand how it is that women is paying. You know what I mean? Like, women pay. Like,
listen,
crazy.
If you got it like that, then that's fine. Okay, that's your business. And I'm not even with that, because that's a form of manipulation.
Yeah.
But there are some people that those are certain fetishes. They want to be sugar babies.
Yeah. That's true. You do that.
I'm not into the whole sugar baby movement. I could have been someone's sugar baby maybe once upon a time in my life. If we gonna really talk about it.
We all could have been.
What it really brought to me fruition is that ain't nobody safe. Hide your kids, hide your husbands, hide your kids, hide your husband. How's it go? Hide your kids, hide your husbands. They coming for you. They coming everywhere.
Yeah. And guys, you know what? Forgive us, our internet for some reason
is slowing down.
Yeah. So we still building the studio, and so that's one thing that we are definitely.
And you got super devices in here. You got mega devices. So
I'm telling you. So
turning off the devices might help.
Yeah.
super TVs downstairs.
Yeah. So in a second we're on the brink to really do some great things here.
For sure.
And just stick with us. I'm telling you, it's about to really go up. We're building right now and we're growing. But getting back to what you were saying, I really don't understand, whether you got somebody who's scamming or somebody who is, really doing certain things, how people can put it in their mind to, do something like that.
Listen, you can't understand right now because
whether you're a scammer or
you can't understand right now because you're reformed. Mm-hmm. So we're gonna talk about that, because the one thing Art Collins got, he saved y'all now. He saved.
I's saved now, y'all.
Art Collins got background in that, and we're gonna be interviewing Art Collins on what to watch out for. But before let's talk about these Decepticons.
Yes, it's a lot of Decepticons.
I call them Decepticons.
I like that name.
Yeah, because
they're deceptive.
Yes, because I'm an 80s baby, and if you understand Transformers like was my show. Like I got up in the morning. I used to love Transformers. You feel me? And I'm like,
that was the show.
I'm like, the Serial, Transformers come on.
Serial and Transformers. I'm telling you.
You always see how these Decepticons, out of a means of trying to find life on planet Earth and trying to figure out how to navigate planet Earth and survive, they're gonna do anything to take the good guy down, right? And they don't care. They don't care how it looks. So I call people that do that Decepticons.
They're all Decepticons.
Yeah. So there's a lot of Decepticons in the digital world right now that actually use social media.
There's a lot of Decepticons in the spiritual world, the digital world.
All that, but we're going to stay with the digital.
Okay, we'll stay with it. It is too broad, but go ahead.
It's too broad.
Yeah.
But we're going to talk about how false pretense and a false presentation can take flight on social media, right? You can really sell anything on social media.
You can.
So let's talk about how they do that sometimes.
So
if it's not filters, I see a lot of memes of people who use apps, and they have this selfie app that enhances your face
to make you look
make you look younger, make you look older, make you have different hair. You could be anybody in the digital world. When we first started seeing Kim Kardashian, Beyonce, their bodies were manipulated on the pages. A lot of art was manipulated on the pages. It started like this whole another level of this body dysmorphia that we seen in the community and with the young people. Young people was really struggling, right? But that was the deception, right? That's the illusion that individuals have to teach you or tell you in order to sell. So guess who caught on to that?
Who?
Just regular people. They're like, I can sell myself in any kind of concept. I can put a whole green screen behind me and pose as if
Yeah.
I'm on the beach and I'm going to an exotic place.
I'm at the beach right now. And I'm chilling. You can be anywhere you want in the world, real quick.
Or you can have a body that you necessarily don't have in real life.
True.
Or what about the angles? What about that angle? My angle's like this, y'all.
You remember?
This the angle I do.
I seen this Fresh Prince of Bel-Air episode one time.
Yeah.
He was dating this girl, and he was like really feeling her because she was really beautiful, right?
Yeah.
Then once he meets her there, so they go upstairs and they get locked in the attic, right? And then the earthquake happens, and she was like, "Oh my God, I'm about to die." She took her hair off. It wasn't real.
That episode.
She took her nails off. Hey, she took the fake eyebrows off. She even took a fake leg off.
All of that. And he's like, "Oh, I remember that episode."
She made herself, but see, even now, and I was in person. Even now, with social media, you know,
but people
deception.
have normalized the deception. So I want to get to that.
Mm-hmm.
You normalize this so much that people, when they go to scam somebody, it's easy.
It's easy because you believe what they're presenting to you.
Why do you want to believe it so easily, though?
Well, because people it just depends on the situation. People want to live better lives, or they want pleasure, or and so they become naive with some of these with some of these thoughts that they have about, having a better life or whatever it is that they want to do.
Okay, but isn't that reinforced by our culture anyway? Don't we got a culture that says if it ain't popping on your Instagram, if you don't got that many likes,
then you ain't popping.
If you don't got that many views, then you're not really popping in real life.
Then you ain't popping in real life.
And I'm not just saying this for somebody who don't got a lot of followers, right? Because I don't. And I'm okay with that. Y'all, listen to me now. I know who I am in real life. I'm a Maya and Amir's mama. I'm a sister, I'm a friend, I'm a social worker, I'm a lover, right? I'm a cook, right? I love to cook and I love to cater to my family. I'm so many things other than alike.
So many hats.
And I've known that due to this deception persona, this illusion that we set forth, even when you go to denounce that or try not to even go with the trend or unplug from the matrix or the digital compensation of just the overcompensation of just the self, when you try to just unplug from all of that, you're irrelevant. We fostered that new culture. Why is that?
Well, we are all, well, I ain't gonna say we are all, but I'll say you got a lot of followers who, follow trends. They follow, people who they feel in their mind have the keys to, either fashion, because some of these celebrities have those keys to fashion, to what's the verbiage being spoken in
they said trends, influencers.
And people look at these people, you know what I mean? And some people are naive. You can have a little kid listening to certain music, and you know what I mean? Now they want money, women, and cars at a early age.
Okay, but that was given to us before the internet.
No, I totally agree, but it's even more explosive now because of social media. You can reach people instantly right now. We weren't able to do that. So
that leads me to my segue, and I totally agree with you. A whistleblower came out for Facebook, and we don't have a crew member in here today, but a whistleblower came out on Facebook stating that the algorithms that allow for those certain false pretenses to actually come onto your Facebook, right? The things that you like to search constantly, those things are constantly being fed to you. You don't see another world outside the world that you want to see. Yeah. That's actually causing great mental anguish and mental health issues, and causing people to kill themselves. Well, a whistleblower said that recently off of Facebook 3 weeks ago now. Yeah, she said that. And, where's the greater responsibility to kind of showing who's the deceptions, who are the people who can steal people's whole profile and live off of their influence?
They can. You have people who create Instagram accounts, Facebook accounts, and they pay for followers.
Yes.
You may have an account. It look like it has 2 million followers.
Right.
Right. Let me give y'all some quick game.
Yeah.
Right?
Go ahead. Game.
You may have an account. It has 2 million followers. They may have 30,000 comments, 10,000 likes, and it's fake. But guess what? They continually pay for that on each post to make it look like their Instagram account is popping. Then they charge you to promote on their site, which has no viewers.
Exactly.
But see, you can hire companies to comment on your profile,
Yes.
like real people. I know a thread right now, and I ain't gonna give it away, but I know a thread right now where you pay $150 a month subscription, and you comment on, let's say, 20 people's profiles, and those same people will come and comment on yours. So it's a text message. So through the text message, that you have the text message, you go through there and you look at it, that everybody will put their accounts. So, and they got rules, and they will ban you if you don't abide by their rules inside of that that world, right? So, but yeah, you can pay, and you can listen. I'm talking about celebrity accounts. Everything is involved in this world, but that's another aspect of it. But people will con you and charge you for promotion on these sites where you're not getting any traction, anything. They just want you to believe that they're popping, and they're really not.
And so I think that's why I haven't got a TikTok yet, because that's all I'm seeing is this utilization of TikTok to, at any means necessary, keep the attention of the viewer. So whether it's scaring your kid, whether it's scaring your grandma, doing things maliciously towards other people, doing outrageous things.
Yeah.
I remember seeing the first and for I'm not gonna be cussing all on air, but this is the actual name, Jackass. When I first saw that episode, I thought this is extreme behavior.
It is, but
it sold. It sold millions to the point where they couldn't even handle the individuals. Was two of them died already. A drug overdose. The fame that came from the stupidity that they were exhibiting on this. It was
those guys were crazy. Yeah.
On MTV. The things that they were doing to their parents, right? They normalized that, and it sold. And it just goes to tell me, the almighty dollar, to me, feeds Decepticons.
It does, and this is their drive to get you to fall into whatever trap it is that they want you to fall into. And Decepticons comes in many shapes and forms. Sometimes it ain't just scammers.
Right.
Sometimes it's family members. Sometimes it's people you know. Sometimes it's, people you acquaint with that will turn into a Decepticon and, send you that inbox or, give you that, phone call to, you know what I mean?
So, shout out to Sean Thompson. Love you, cousin, very, very much. And grew up with her throughout the years, and she says likes do not equal validation. Let's start right there. Likes does not equal validation. You can actually like things, this like button, for other different things. The way they did the video, or they captured a moment. Sometimes I like a video because of that. And it's not even all about what they're saying. It's because I resonate with that. It doesn't mean that I'm validating what you're doing or what you're saying. I don't know if that makes sense.
No, it makes a lot of sense.
And then also, Krishan said, how do we blame Facebook though? We should be in control of our children and ourselves. But my opinion.
But see, and that's a good thought, but there are a lot of people who are naive and don't understand what's out there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. And that's hence this whole thing. How do you navigate that in the digital age, Art Collins? So that brings me to my next point. You went and sat down.
I did.
You're very open, so I get to talk about
Yeah.
this in this way. This is
Mhm.
not me dissing my brother, but you went and sat down for scamming people,
I did.
and you were really good at it.
I was.
So I want you to tell me what Decepticons look for when they go get somebody.
I'll tell you what I look
Game us
for.
up. Game us up.
And you guys need to be careful because I was very, very sharp and very slick. And and you wouldn't even know that I had a whole con move on you the whole time. I studied you and everything. So I'll give you an example. And you guys need to be very listen, I'm telling you guys, you know,
I'm
and
listening.
since
I
then
should get my notebook.
technology has increased dramatically since then. But I'm gonna tell you guys, I mean, when it came to credit cards, when it came to checks, when it came to profiles, when it came to uh, doing illegal things at the casinos and getting money.
Interesting.
Um, you name it, I probably done it. I probably mastered it. I'm not even gonna say probably. I mastered it. And so I'm gonna give you guys an example. And so there was and this is a real example that I'm telling you guys. I like to keep it 100 with you guys, and I did. I got incarcerated for this
Tell them how much.
situation.
Tell them what you told the DA.
Hmm?
Tell them how much they got you for,
So
so they understand at what magnitude you understand Decepticons.
yeah, so in a matter of 10 months of what I was doing, I made over $1 million. Um, and that's just a soft estimate, based on what they tracked. It could have been more because there was a lot of things that they did not find out about what I did. But a lot of things they did. I had over 100 counts when I went into when I got booked. So just to give you guys a rough estimate, and I was facing 47 years plus the RICO Act. The RICO Act is organized crime, which is automatic 25 to life, which they tried to give me. I ended up getting 10 years, was blessed with that. For some of you, you may think like, oh, 10 years, that's a lot of time.
Decade.
For me, it was a blessing because my life could have been lost.
Right.
All right. So anyway, let me get into what so I was king scammer, guys. I'm telling you, and for those of you that knew me at the time, my money was up, like heavy, strong in the scamming. I'm okay, small disclosure. I'm not a scammer now. I haven't scammed.
Legit.
I'm all the way legit. Everything I've done has been legit.
I couldn't fool with
I couldn't fool myself after doing 10 years and then coming out and scamming again. No. Mm-hmm. Okay, everything I have now, everything I've done has been 1,000% legitimate, so you guys know. But now to get into a real life scenario that I actually had, and I had hundreds of them, but this is just one, right? So there was an individual who I saw at the mall. Now I did a lot of fraudulent things, and according to the individual, that's how I knew what kind of fraud to do with them, right? You could, and depending on your personality, right? So what I would do is I had a few people that worked with me. So what we would do is we would befriend you first. We would befriend you. How would we do that? We would make something seem natural. What are you talking about? Okay, I'm going to tell you, right? So first, I would peep an individual and I would look at the character. Okay, I know that's the one. We already got the scheme. We've planned it for many days now.
So let's slow down for a minute. What was the psychological traits that you look for? Because this is what predators do. And R. Collins, he's reformed. He's been in church since before he got out. Found God again. But he's able to talk from this real perspective. Mm-hmm. And listen, let me tell you something. It takes a lot. I'm just going to set some standards. Mm-hmm. So when people come for you, because people like to come for you just because.
They can say what they want.
I'm going to set some standards for us when we're being vulnerable and we're talking about real things just to help someone. I'm going to actually acknowledge just that. Yeah. Just acknowledge that point, okay? But as he's telling you this, just take note. Take note.
You really do need
to in a way where you can keep yourself safe. because that helped me acknowledge in that moment that people could just steal your image. I had put that image up only 2
More
days.
creative than you guys know.
And they took my image, made a profile, and was pimping
And
my
put it,
pimping my image
They were
out for
pimping your picture.
$5,000 a week.
They were hoping somebody would send a deposit or something off
they
your
thought
picture.
they were yeah. So
They
finish
must have
saying
not
what you're saying.
been as beautiful enough to post their own picture. So you know, so what happened was we already had a whole scheme already. We planned. Our scheme is already planned. We've been doing it for a long time. We know it works. What works? So this is what we would do. And you guys really need to be very careful in what I'm telling you. And I did a lot of time for this. Um, so there was a certain individual. I would go to the malls. I would go to the colleges because what I was doing, I knew college students needed money. I needed people that needed money. Where can I go where people need money? The first mark is I got to know you need money and I got to look like money. I'm going to come to you because you're not going to believe me if I'm coming broke, bummy.
Right.
No, I'm fitted. I look. And when I tell you I got the cars to show, I had multiple cars at that time, 20s, when 20s first came out, all my cars had 20s on them. I was a young dude with all like the dopest whips. I had Benzes. I had all kind of stuff, right? So you have to have these in order for people to believe the scam, right? They're not going to believe somebody broke, okay? So this is where some of us fall victim to this because you see somebody that they got themselves together, they got money. This is the image I wanted people to believe.
All right.
Right? Just like a music video. You have a tendency to believe those who are showing wealth versus those who are not. You know what I mean? But it just depends on the situation.
Right.
So anyway, so we seen an individual, right? And he had a hat on. What hat? He had a baseball hat on. Perfect, right? So this is where the con starts. Okay, he has a baseball hat. This is how we can get a common ground. But how can we do this? Right? So listen, we have to build a situation where it seems natural, right? So the individual
which can also be done digitally.
Which also can be done digitally, but I'm telling you guys naturally, before we had internet, now they do it with internet even stronger, right? So listen. So this individual, he had a baseball hat on, and this is a true story, y'all. Right? I'm not making this up. I'm not glorifying this. I'm just telling you guys what to watch out for. So what I did was the individual I was working with. So I was the connect. He was the guy who was the one to pull the scheme, right? So the dude was in line at a hot dog on a stick. It's called hot dog on a stick, right? So he was in line. So my guy goes behind him, right? Look, now think about this, guys. This was the con. My guy he's holding paperwork. He drops all his paperwork, right? The natural human thing is to help that person, right? Mm-hmm. So this was the goal. He's going to drop the paperwork. Am I talking too loud? Because sometimes I scream.
A little bit. You talking
all right,
loud.
Let me bring it down.
It's usually me.
Yeah.
But I see that you got excited about this. So go ahead, tell the story, brother. Like really educate.
Yeah, I'm telling
our viewers and our listeners.
I'm telling you because it's very important. So the natural human thing to do is to help, right? This is what we're planning on. He seemed like the type that'll help. So this is how we're gonna bring the normality in, right? So my guy, he looks like something. When I tell you, he looked like something He was the bait to make you believe what he was saying was real. Guess what? And he had about 10 grand in his pocket. So the money was a big part of it too. Because if you pull out the money, they're going to believe it. Okay. Right? So he drops the paperwork. I'm getting to the con. This is all a con. He drops the paperwork. He's like, oh, he's trying to pick it up. Dude immediately we play on his heart at the time. He picks it up. Now it's a normal occasion. We make it normal. He picks the paperwork up. He's like, man, thank you so much, man. A lot of people don't do that. Hey, what's your name? Now it's normal. The comfortable factor is there, right? So now he's like, oh, my name is such and such. Oh, I see. And look, I already know you have the baseball hat on. Let's go back to that. So listen, the team that he likes, guess what? It's the same team that my guy likes. Really, man, I see that you like the woo. Man, I'm a baseball. Look, you're getting them comfortable. First thing is to make a person feel comfortable. You guys really have to understand this. All right. And I would strike every time. And I'm not like again.
This is criminology 101.
I've gotten people with PhDs,
y'all have to listen
masters.
To this.
I gotten
this is psychology.
I'm telling you.
Criminology 101.
It's psychology.
Go ahead.
And listen, you got to be careful because people really do these things, right? We saw him and we marked him and we pulled the whole place. So now you have to make people feel comfortable because a lot of people don't feel comfortable with doing a scam where they can get in trouble, right? So first thing, comfortable, right? So now that they're cool,
you normalize it. So how did you groom him?
I'm about to tell you right now. Now, since we're talking about it's just a little process, right? So I got to go through the steps. May take a couple minutes to go through the steps, but I got to tell you guys. So next thing is, right? Next thing is, first thing is to make them feel comfortable. Next thing is to get a common ground with them. Because when you have a common ground with people, they seem to trust you more, right? So you get a common ground. Next thing, you want to be believable. So this is the first. So now the con is coming into play. I'm befriending you. Oh man, thank you so much. I built a common ground with him, a connection, the baseball team, right? So we have a connection. Now we're friends. We're buddies. Hey man, you know what? Let me get your number, man, and maybe we can go out to eat or something. Yeah. That's cool. Exchange numbers. You know what, man? I'm laughing with him. I'm making him laugh. I'm telling jokes. We still in line. I'm doing this. Look, I know I got 2 people ahead. I got a certain amount of time to make this happen, right? So now, peep this. Now I'm like, now my mark is gonna say this. Man, you seem like a cool dude, man. Real cool, man. Like solid people, man. I don't meet a lot of people like you. I've never been helped like that, right? Now I'm playing on these emotions again. Look, I'm into something, right? Where you can make a lot of money. I see that you need money. I could tell, right? Where you can make a lot of money. He pulls out 10 grand. Okay. Right? Dude is like, whoa.
It's about that big brother.
It's about big brother. When you see that.
About that big.
Let me see. It's about that big.
About that big. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Turn your hand around.
It's about that big.
It's about that big in a wad, huh?
Yeah, it is. So, look. So he pulls it out. He shows him. We played on these emotions. He's trusting him right now because it seemed natural. He didn't just walk up to him and ask him, does he want to make some money?
Right.
Now he's like, look, shoot, you seem cool, man. Look, I can plug you if you want. You let him know, hey, it's illegal, but we make a lot of money. Now, the person in their mind, they're thinking like, can I get caught?
So they're rationalizing with the logical, right?
Right.
Okay.
So now the first thing they're going to think as soon as you say illegal, you have to say illegal because this is how you built the comfortable factor in there.
Okay.
First thing they're going to think is, I don't want to go to jail.
Of course.
How do I take that factor out?
Okay.
To make the con go further, right?
Right.
Hey man, we've been doing this for 11 years.
Okay.
We have Nancy that works in the bank. We have this person that does this, and we all have been doing this for a long time. Why do I say that? Because, and we have never got caught. Plus, I do it myself every month. So by me saying I do it,
gave a little testimonial.
It makes them feel comfortable to see that I'm not going to get caught. So, and they've been doing it for 11 years without getting caught.
So let me.
Y'all don't understand.
Let me pause.
I can get anybody. I'm telling you.
Let me.
No, I'm not right now. I'm not saying right now. But I'm saying it's that easy.
Let's normalize this because this is why you've been always brilliant with marketing strategies. And what he's doing is just a marketing strategy. When people go to sell you things, they bring out a way they bait you in, and then they tell you more about the product, and then they exacerbate or maybe talk about the outcomes of the actual product. And it may not even be like that, but they've sold you in, whether it be a new subscription, whether it be a new product that you're paying for, that you probably can still get at the dollar store, and they have marked it up 200%. So it's all about marketing strategy. So it's about that mouthpiece at the end of the day.
It is. It's about that mouthpiece. The mouthpiece is very important. You know what I'm saying? Nobody is going to do anything if they don't feel comfortable and if they don't trust you.
Okay.
If they don't feel comfortable and if they don't trust you, you blew it. It's over. You. But if you can make them feel comfortable, make them trust you, and then you slide the content. This is what we did to this man. What do you know? Somebody who has never thought about doing that. Now we're telling him, how can you benefit? Guess what? We're gonna pay you $1,000. You want to make a quick thousand, and you can do it every month. You keep you know what I mean? Look, first of all, you're in college, you're struggling, you're gonna do it. So this is how they get it. So this is how they con you. There's so many different cons, that in let me tell y'all about another con, right? So I'm telling you, this is and this is internet wise, right? Um, and this is very, very crucial. So they got cons where you can be online, right? You can be on a website or whatever, and your whole screen will freeze and it will say, now this is if you get a bug. This is why I suggest you get like a Trojan horse or something to offset, those kinds of bugs that comes in and, try the viruses that come in and try to attack your computer, right? But what you need to do is, what's going to happen is it's going to say FBI, right? And then it's going to tell you that unless you go to buy a green dot card and pay them, you're going to jail. And your screen will not move, right? Yeah. How do I know? It happened to me.
I know PayPal and other monetary, what do you call them, where they move money across the world? MoneyGram is one of them. They stopped sending it to certain countries.
Yeah, because
we see this to bring us to 2020.
Probably Nigeria was one of the
Nigeria was one of them.
King ringleaders.
Nigeria actually moved to cryptocurrency because of the immense problems that we're having. And I'm going to be honest with you. There have always been certain profiles that have slid into my DM that have tried to talk to me about certain ways on how they can make money and Bitcoin strategies and all kind of things, right?
I get tired of it.
But I tend to talk to these people because I find them fascinating. Like, what made you pick me? What about my profile made you pick me? And again, a lot of them usually say, "You're right, my sister. I'm not who you think I am." And I say, "Well, reveal yourself. Show me your face." Well, and the face does not. I actually talk to these scammers because you are that bold to get in my DM and talk to me and try to sway me. You're not about to sway me and tell me no fairy story. What do you think? I'm a peon?
No.
I think people feel like they prey upon people who have like certain traffic on their social medias, and they feel like they can actually go after these people to benefit off of that. Mm-hmm. But there are certain things as a therapist, one that studies psychology, I look at certain profiles all day long. I'm a looker and I'm a studier. So I look at your context. I look at your like how your syntax structure.
Yeah.
If English is your second or first language, I look at the fact that you use certain language to discuss stuff. So we're talking about an elevator situation. You call it a lift. You're from Europe, boo boo, or somewhere in West Africa somewhere. If you're calling the elevator a lift. Same thing with an apartment or a condo. Mm-hmm. They don't call apartments or condos that. They call it something else.
Yeah.
So if your language barrier is not up to par with our American slang, I know you're not from here. Don't come for me.
9 times out of 10, they're scamming.
They're scamming. And a lot of people, when their Maslow hierarchy of needs are not met, they don't care about no enlightenment. They don't care about transcending and being right and self-righteousness. They don't care about none of that because there are 3 tiers of the Maslow hierarchy of needs are not being met. Mm-hmm. They don't have no food, shelter, clothing, or they're minimal in that. Mm. Their psychological profile states that they're at an oppressed state of mind frame where they got to get at people. Now, let's apply that Maslow of the hierarchy of needs to individuals who set thirst traps.
Thirst traps.
Boom, boom, boom. Yes. I said it. Because Rebel Ray has set thirst traps before. I never show any boobs or any other things, right? But my face, I know I have a pretty face.
Thirst traps.
That's what it is.
It is.
That is the slang. People set themselves out there. They promote their beauty. They sell them as sex ideation because people have sex problems and they like to, idolize certain images
True.
of people, and people capitalize on that. That's a decepticon. I'm sorry. You have been deceived. That person does not want you. You're paying $10.95 to talk per minute to a person who do not want you. And I'm being over exaggerating, but that money could be going towards investing. But you're so in your emotional mind frame, so much in that fetish, so much in that unhealthy state of being that you'll pay for that.
Man.
There are so many ways to deceive people. Why do you think that thirst trap is up there? They need you to follow them on their social medias. They need you to follow their profiles, bring in the foot traffic, and pay me while you're at it.
Man.
So next time y'all think a girl is just so bad, just ask her to send you a picture without her makeup on. And this is not rebel bashing women who wear makeup, because I do. And sometimes I'm not supernatural. I wear weave and I do all of that. I'm just telling you, look for certain things people try to capitalize off of people. Because it's another form of oppression when you manipulate and you take advantage of people when you don't show yourself. And I see crazy memes all the time. Hey, dip her in some water. Let her makeup run off. Let that wig come out. Let all of that fall out.
Yeah.
That doesn't matter anymore because they have makeup where you could swim. I seen somebody, they're putting on tattoos to be more tattoo fab.
Yeah.
They even got edges for you ladies that are dealing with alopecia and you don't got edges on your side. They now got peel and stick tattoo edges. It is at Angel's Beauty Salon. I go there to get my beauty products, and it's right at the checkout. They're going to capitalize on all of that. I'm being comical right now, but I'm being for real.
So
they got lace front eyelashes for you sister girlfriends who can't afford microblading. You could buy lace front eyelashes and put them on your face and have some eyelashes.
Wow. And this is how they use all this for these thirst traps.
What's the teeth that you can put in your mouth? They got people looking like, no, not the grills.
Oh, what?
The veneers, the pop-in veneers.
Oh, yeah.
It's so many ways on how you can deceive people.
It
now,
is.
if you want to do that to make yourself feel good, that's another different story.
I like when somebody can look good naturally and unnaturally.
That's nice. Some people want the deception. I hear rappers all the time, like Quavo. They're telling the people
they
that
promote it.
They promote negative body positivity. Like I don't even know if that's a conundrum. That's a conundrum what I just said. They promote women getting their bodies done to be this perfect image of a body.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, true.
There are people who were, and I don't want to touch on this too much because I want to be very sensitive to our LGBTQ community. I am an advocate. But people who do it for the wrong reason, to deceive and to get over and not tell the other person, that has been dangerous to the LGBT community. People have died. And I'm not saying it's wrong and I'm not saying it's right. Hear me now. I'm telling you, when you go into a relationship, whether it be business, whether it be personal, whether it be anything relationship, and you go in and you present as one thing and you truly are not, that can be an issue.
Yeah, it is.
When you're looking for a baby daddy as an NFL player, I hear it very openly now, this toxicity of shopping for NFL and NBA players.
Well,
and I'm going to put into my money. I'm going to put into this facade. But you really are not golden on the inside. You are really an evil person on the inside.
It's crazy because even the men are promoting paying to have a relationship.
For sex companionship?
I mean, like for someone to be in a relationship and they're taking care of them, paying them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There's a whole bunch of sugar babies out there.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm gonna be honest with you. Rebel has struggled financially throughout the years. I'm not no more, but I'm just saying it's come across my mind to normalize it. Like, okay, well, I have people who want to spend time with me. He needs to pay this bill. He needs to do this. He needs to do that. Okay, but then, sis, what are you bringing to the table? And a lot of men are like really growing up and they're saying, sex is not everything, right? What assets? Where's your head at?
Man.
How can you take care of my children?
Man.
Can you take care of the house?
Man.
Are you a balanced, healed person? Are you gonna bring that toxicity into the relationship?
Yes.
All of that is Decepticon.
To me, that's red flags. I'm staying far away. Period. You know what I mean? I don't understand why guys go for certain women and expect
Sean
to find love. It's just not.
Listen, Sean Thompson. Yes, yes, yes. You got tattoo edges. You go right down there. Now, the first time I seen it was on Instagram. They did a reel, and I said, "That's amazing," because we're so innovative.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, so you can get them curly. You can get them like and they look just like
real. You know, they got tattoo hairlines you can get to.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The edges that the girls, you know how they be doing the lace fronts and stuff.
But are they temporary or do they do it for?
They're temporary and they're waterproof, but you gotta get them off of oil like any other press-on tattoo. But I mean, you buy a couple of them. You pay for $2 for some sides. That's cheaper than trying to glue some weave to your head.
Yeah.
So it's all kind of things that they're doing. Shout out to Joy Van. Joy Van said, I had something similar happen. They said they were Microsoft and it was on my boy's school laptop. Yeah, wow. That happened to me with PayPal.
Wow.
So what they did was they screenshot the email to PayPal. They print screenshot it. Then they paste that in an email, but you have to pay attention to the return address. The return address, if it's not the Microsoft domain or the PayPal domain, that's somebody else trying to have you send them money. That has happened time and time again. Well, same thing with MoneyGram. A lot of elders were scammed out of MoneyGram.
Oh, you know what? And speaking of elders, like my grandma, when she was alive, they went to her house one day trying to get her to buy a vacuum cleaner. And they told her that she can get the vacuum cleaner with no money down. She just would have to fill out the information.
Right, which sounds okay.
Yeah, so they had her fill out all the information with her social security number and all that. And they took that information and they ran it up on all her accounts.
That's horrible.
Yeah, so be careful with that too. People want you to give them their information and they're not. I don't give my information to people that knock at the door. It's just not going to happen.
So let's talk about how you protect yourself, because we gave you some tips. It's so many ways to scam nowadays. It's so many ways that I hear. Yeah. So let's give you some tips. Pay attention. If it sounds too good to be true, it's more than likely it is.
It's gonna be. It is.
The federal government tells you that about scamming.
Don't be foolish.
If it sounds, I just want to give you $10,000. All you need to do.
Yeah, and sometimes people be wanting money so bad they want to believe it.
Or they've been doing the IRS scam. So you remember when everybody was getting their stimulus payments and their EDD payouts and all of that. And they were using dead people.
Yeah,
they were using.
I've used dead people before.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
Dead people. They were using they were using incarcerated individuals. Right. The reason why incarcerated individuals don't get unemployment, even though they work, it goes to a different fund, and they're supported by different funding. So they actually don't pay into EDD or have those benefits when they're incarcerated. So even though there are incarcerated family members that are working for, how much is it % now on the dollar?
It can be
it's like 50 cents.
No, that's good. That's good pay in prison. You know, it's like 27 cents to 33 cents is a good pay. You know what I mean? I've made anywhere from 11 cents an hour to 8 cents an hour. You know, that's low total.
That was 15 years ago now.
Yeah.
18 years actually.
18
years now. But
That's a way that they scam you too, right? Putting EDD out on your name. A lot of you all are still waiting for your payouts because someone else claimed your money and used your money.
Yep.
We're currently looking at what $32.4 million that was paid out in fraud in California. For that, what was another thing that was really big? The stimulus check. People were making up children. No longer IRS is allowing you to have a dependent that's not yours. And if it's yours, you have to have legal documents showing that you're taking care of that person. So, you know how some of you all were allowing for your family members to claim your children because you might have been on aid or you might have been on child support and you still wanted to get a return. Well, that's, if you do that, is the penalization is not cool. EDD, along with the state of California, is serving good time for taking the money that is not yours. What else is happening in the scamming world?
So another thing you need to be careful with is, and this is very crucial because this is a very dangerous thing, I'm telling you, and it's very easy to get got because sometimes you might be out and about and you can't, some people don't think about watching your stuff all the time, so anyway, when you have a purse or you have a wallet and your credit card information is in your purse or in your wallet, they have now, and this is real, y'all. If y'all don't believe me, I know all about this. Okay, I'm King Scammer here. They have devices that if they get so what a person will do, they'll have a device either in a suitcase or a bag, or a woman with a purse or something, and they'll get real close up on you. And that device can get your information through, even though it can be inside something. The thing is powerful. If it gets close enough it can get that information, that credit card information, and they're gonna run it up. They're gonna put the information into a new card.
Yes, they are.
And they're gonna run it up.
They're gonna run it up. They went as far as
real quick. So what is the precaution of this? Don't let people with any bags or things get close to you when you're
that's kind of hard.
I know, but I'm just saying,
like traveling when you're in the airport and all that.
But think about it.
So I'm gonna tell you
for like 4 seconds, don't have somebody buy you for.
Well, I'm gonna tell you a quicker solution. When you travel minimally. I travel with my jewelry and everything on tack with me. And I have a certain bag or something that I have that's on me, right? Also, my only take now, because I've been a victim of credit card fraudulent activity. Someone stole my identity. I only take now a pre-paid cash card when I travel.
Man,
so I can immediately shut that card down. I can immediately shut that card down. I do not take my business debit cards and my debit cards and all that. I don't do that no more. So I either leave that at the hotel or pack it in the suitcase. When it's not packed in the suitcase or whatever case may be, it's in a lead. Hear me now. Lead lined wallet. So they have blocking. They have wallets. You see them a lot of times in CVS or Walgreens. When you go to travel, you can put your cards nicely in there. They fit, and whether it be your knapsack or whatever that you take in the travel, they fit in that. But you got to be diligent to keep yourself safe. Another thing during
that's actually a very smart way not to even get scammed.
Right.
I mean, what I mean?
Weird things like solicitations of like money, asking you for your social. Anytime they ask you for your social, where you live, any type of address, or even where you work, because all of that is on your credit profile, just nicely decline. Call. They were doing that with IRS. So IRS will never ask you for your social through email. They will never write to you. If a representative calls, it's because you have an ongoing auditing situation, but you would have to contact IRS for them to even reach out in that way. So they will never do that. So just be noticed. Yes, Joy Van says I have a virtual wallet on my phone. So even with the virtual wallet,
that's another good one. Yes.
Yeah, even with the virtual wallet, you have to protect that. Joy Van, thank you. Shout out to Joy Van. And be smart, protect yourselves, everybody, because there's Decepticons. And listen, let me go back to the analogy of the Decepticon. The Decepticon, as you remember in the comic book series, allow themselves to transform not for the good of humanity. They use humanity's deficits to conquer their world and resources. So they hid into everything. Most of the times, Transformers will hide into like automobile cars and like live in plain sight. Decepticons was in toasters.
They pop out of nowhere.
They was in microphones.
Yep.
This whole microphone would come awake.
Yep.
Like they were in all kind of things to try to get you or try to maneuver. So that's why I call them Decepticons. Keep your eye open to that. And then keep your eye open to the movement on Facebook. Check in with your kids. Right now, the suicide rates are very, very high. That ideation of, you're looking at so and so just got married, so and so got engaged. Sisters, don't do that to yourself. Don't do that. You don't know what that young lady is putting up with, what she's trying to do to keep that man, what he's doing to keep her. I think Tyler Perry, that's not Ragdaricious. What's the other one that Tyler Perry put out?
That is that. Hold on, the one where they split the couch in half. Is that the one?
Yeah, the one he split the couch in half. And she was like, Medea was like, you want this couch? This is half your couch. I thought that was so funny.
That was hilarious.
But you never know what people are going on behind the scenes. So what they put up there, that facade, that imagery that they put up there, you don't know what's going on.
You don't.
Stay in your lane. And if you want your lane to elevate, you get around like-minded people in real life.
Yeah.
So virtual and digital life is something else. We have learned that through Zoom conferencing. You can be in your underwear, literally, and dress from top to bottom in a Zoom conference in school.
Yes, you can.
And we learned that through the pandemic. We learned it so good that we're able to have virtual backgrounds where it look like you somewhere. We don't even need a green screen no more.
Yep.
You understand what I'm saying? Wake up, y'all. Wake up, protect your inner peace, protect who you are as a person, protect your dignity.
Yes.
Don't sell yourself short. And if that's your thing, then that's your thing, but it's not for everybody. Don't normalize it. Because this is victimology going on out here. You hear what I'm saying?
Yeah, it is.
I can't be no victim. And I'm going to tell you every time, if it happened to me, it can easily, I was appalled. I couldn't even be flattered because it kind of made me paranoid. I said, dang, somebody watch me. And the profile was my friend. So the profile befriended me way long ahead. I went on the profiles page that was soliciting me out. And that person had been my friend for over 2 years. So they just sat back and they sat low. What I come to find out is, and I didn't talk to the person whose profile it originally belonged to yet, but the profile was stolen from the original person. Their pictures were all taken off except from their children. So it was a white woman put in place, very sensual, very eye appealing, and was placed everywhere. This is why you have to protect some of your photos that you don't mind being put out there on public. Check those privacy settings, right? Everything that you don't want to share in that way, just make sure that you do your due diligence, right? By protecting yourself. And that brings me to another thing. I post my children in a good way. To kind of share with my friends and family, but it also helped me to understand I have a personal profile and I have a professional profile. My personal profile is for those that really know me intimately. And it's okay to kind of clear those people out of your personal profile, or just don't have your image up there at all. But my professional profile, it's open because it's my community leader profile, right? Don't post things on there that people can read your psychological profile. They know what you like to eat. They know how you think.
Too much information.
It's too much information, you guys. There's a lot of oversharing that happens on Facebook. Even what you like, people can follow what you like, and they can develop your understanding about the world, your perception about the world based on people. We can make a whole psychological profile off of the things that you like. If you're someone that cries or you're someone that's attention hungry, there's certain things that you will post, right?
Yep.
People study other people.
Yeah.
And that's how I got. I put up thinking I was exalting and uplifting the African American Chamber, and I looked it damn good. I felt proud that I took the time to come correct. I understood the assignment. They said evening attire, come at your best. We want Black excellence, right? So I thought I was doing that in a good way, which my intentions were good, but somebody capitalized on that.
Yeah.
Is that my fault? Well, the picture was sent to public. It was set as a public setting. So you have to be very careful.
You got to be careful in these days and age because it can be something crazy, you know. And the good thing is that people know your personality. They know
Yeah,
who
because
you
I
are.
ain't never been a simp. I could never pay nobody $5,000 for some companionship. I'll go get a puppy dog. You hear what I'm saying? I will go get. I listen. I had a Yorkie.
You don't got
Somebody stole my Yorkie. I had him for 12 years. Somebody stole Boston. I loved him with all my heart, and I haven't replaced him yet. But he was a teacup,
Boston.
and I paid good money for him. And I
You don't think he ran away?
Listen, why would you play me like that, Art Collins? I was a good mommy.
All this time, I just wonder if he ran away.
He didn't. He was stolen.
I'm about to escape.
And he used to escape all the time because he wanted to always go outside and play. But again, it was
he
like
wanted to be free.
I guess he wanted to be free. He was spoiled.
Yeah.
But poor Boston got stolen. That hurt me. But people stealing my imagery and trying to pimp me out as a sugar mama,
well, look, you guys all know Rebel Ray ain't no sugar mama. And for those of y'all that know her,
I can't do it.
You know what I mean? If y'all got an inbox, it was not her.
It was not me, bro.
All right, it was not her.
Promise.
Rachel ain't doing nothing like that.
I ain't doing like that.
She is doing something. She just to herself, her own business.
Right.
But she ain't doing that. Okay.
Yeah.
So
I'm not going on social media. I'm not talking about my problems. If I post a short testimony or I post something that is really on my heart about what's going on in the world and in my community, I will speak up on that. But I'm very intentional on what I set out there, and even what I say. If it's not worth my peace, if it's not worth someone going back and forth, if that person doesn't promote the fruit that I need to get from them, okay, I'm not gonna let that disturb my peace. Right? It's a lot of stuff going on. People have weird boundaries. They have bad boundaries, porous boundaries. People overshare. They want attention.
Some people are just weird, period.
Social media is a platform that caters to any and everybody's individuality.
Yes.
Let's just put it like that.
And, I think that everybody who is, out there doing whatever it is they're doing on social media, bringing people into their little worlds and, being these Decepticons. And
that part. And I'm gonna admit something. I'm gonna admit something. Are we the same? No, we're not. I'm gonna admit something. What I'm guilty of, and someone brought this to my attention. Parents have ultimately put a digital footprint of their children for the first time on the internet. A lot of people don't think that. If you don't know what a digital footprint is, I don't have really time to explain it and go into detail, but it's your very first interaction of the internet. When you do a birth announcement on the World Wide Web, whether it's private, that you post it only to friends and family, you are posting, you put the baby's full name. I've named him, and I have been I haven't been wise about this, right?
Mhm.
When you name your baby, you name his weight or her weight, you name their the time that they were born, the city that they were born. You might as well have just put up their social security number up there. Because someone who used to be R. Collins used to be, they can capture that data and make a whole psychological profile off of that person, search for that person. Information for some of us who work in a community, our information is public. I don't know if y'all know that. If you work for a nonprofit or you work for a government agency that gave you some money, listen to me now. Your I can't make this up. Your payroll, any grants from the federal government or state or city government that you got is public information. People can look it up. For those that got the PPP loan, it's out there that y'all got that PPP loan. I don't know if y'all know that. So they can Google you and they can show up whatever type of funding that you got. If it was a legal, if it was a legal court thing with no NDAs, with and it was a document that's out there. People can people can make psychological profiles out of anything. They can make a
Yeah.
person out of just the information, the
Mhm.
minimum information. So if you're
Mhm.
not ready for someone to copy your children or to make clones of them, don't put their information out there.
Don't do it. And well, hopefully you
It's
guys
just
got
some food for thought.
got a lot of food out of this, from this topic. Because both myself and Rebel has experienced some things with some scammers, and some people that slide into DMs and all kind of crazy stuff. So be careful, all
And
these people involved.
I rebuke anybody who wants to send me, those pictures I'm talking about.
Okay,
Those pictures who
so
are not
so
appropriate. No, I'm going to say
so
it. No, I don't want those pictures. Listen, if I didn't ask for it, don't send it to me, gentlemen. Please don't. And y'all know what I'm talking about.
like, comment, and subscribe.
Don't do it.
We appreciate you guys for rocking
That's
with us.
horrible. That's horrible.
I promise you, we're
I'll be
taking
like
it
this.
up.
I'll be like this. I'll be like this. Oh.
We're taking it up each week, each month. You know what I mean? For better content, doper, a lot. So just keep rocking with us.
Oh, can I say this? Can I say this, please?
Okay.
Okay.
Last
He's
thing.
scared. He's scared. I work in a lot of communities.
Mhm.
And if you go to get certain jobs, you guys, with any government, they look into certain things that you do on your profiles. They'll ask to see social media accounts. They ask to see who your affiliates is. And they will, for deep investigative backgrounds, they will ask you how you interact, whether it be romantically, if you ever dated anybody on the profile, has anybody ever sent you inappropriate pictures through the internet? They will ask you that, and they will go check for themselves. So that's just, I don't know, that was for somebody right now.
Mhm.
So our Collins is like, shut up now. We have to go offline.
We do.
We love you guys. We always try to talk as transparent, as appropriate as we can. Our grand opening is coming very soon. We can't wait to show pictures and videos of the studio and people being in here. Please email us at aaopodcast209 at gmail.com if you're interested in either coming on, presenting about business, sharing your stories, sharing enlightenment information. We're all about passing the knowledge. We're all about
Definitely.
rewriting history, navigating this decepticons that come for us.
So many Decepticons.
Right. And we also are renting out our studio and our podcast equipment to people who want to launch that. You can do that. We're in support of that. We're in support of growth.
Yeah, definitely.
And we also have an event center here. It's a very nice one. Our Collins has been doing his due diligence, being here every day. He's been, oh my God, I'm so proud of my brother and his accomplishments.
Likewise.
It is
Like-
so wonderful how you put
Likewise.
everything together.
Likewise.
Everything from a photo booth to tables, chairs, everything included. So if you're interested, please email us at aaopodcast209@gmail.com, and we'll handle that information for you and get it out to you. So thank
Yes.
you.
Thank you guys.
Yes, thank
We appreciate you guys. You guys are totally awesome, and thank you guys for always rocking with us.
Love you too, Joy. Thank you.
We love y'all.
Thank you
and
for
we'll